Just as you may have heard adjectives described as words that modify nouns or pronouns, you may also have heard adverbs described as words that modify verbs. This is true, but again, I want to introduce you to a different way to think of adverbs that will make more sense for diagramming. Instead of thinking what adverbs describe, think of them in terms of the questions they answer. Just as direct objects answer the questions what or whom after an action verb, and adjectives answer which one, what kind of, or how much or many about a noun or pronoun, adverbs answer the question when, where, how, and to what extent. About verbs, or adjectives or adverbs, but we'll get to that later. Occasionally there is an adverb that answers the question why, but it is rare enough that I will just mention it and move on. All right, move ahead of this. Okay, look at these examples of sentences with adverbs that answer the question when. John ran in the marathon yesterday. When did John run? Yesterday. Yesterday is an adverb that tells when. Grogan likes to get up early. When does Grogan get up? Early. Early is the adverb. Kajala will soon be decapitated. When will Kajala be decapitated? Soon. Soon is the adverb. Now, look at these sentences with adverbs that answer the question where. Cronver sent the message here. Where did Cronver send the message? Here. Here is the adverb. The blue thing sent me away. Where did the blue thing send me? Away. Away is the adverb. Ms. Ho holds her secrets close. Where does Ms. Ho hold her secrets? Close. Close is the adverb telling where. All right. Now look at these sentences with adverbs that answer the question how. The skunks viciously licked my door. How did the skunks lick my door? Viciously. The weasels cautiously sniffed the popsicle. How did the weasels sniff the popsicle? Cautiously. Cautiously is an adverb telling how. Grogan gently bit her thumb. How did Grogan bite her thumb? Gently. Gently is an adverb telling how. Finally, look at these sentences that have adverbs answering the question to what extent. Kajala very quickly denied his involvement. To what extent did Kajala quickly deny? Very. You notice this very is modifying another adverb, quickly, telling how Kajala denied. Most of the to what extent adverbs will be modifying adjectives or other adverbs. Your perfume is rather stinky. To what extent is your perfume stinky? Rather. And Polivra spoke incredibly slowly. To what extent did Polivra speak slowly? Incredibly. Incredibly, the adverb telling to what extent. Okay, let me move ahead a little bit. One more important point. Keep in mind that negatives are adverbs. Words like not, never, and even the correct contraction in apostrophe T are all adverbs and are diagrammed below the word they describe. So, you cannot eat leeches. Not is connected to can, but not is an adverb, and can eat is the verb. Tijuana never loses at marbles. Never, again, is a negative, acting as an adverb, telling when she loses. Never. Tor won't give me the butter. Now, this is a little complicated. The verb is actually will give, but when you attach the in apostrophe T to will not, it becomes won't. English. So, in apostrophe T would be the adverb going under the line, and will, you'd expand it to will give, Tor will give. By the way, the not tells how he gives not, or how he will give. And finally, weenie is nowhere to be seen. Nowhere is a negative, telling where she is. Now, let's look at some sample diagrams from the sentence analytics screen slideshow. You have three different things illustrated here. Adjectives on an adjective line under a noun or a pronoun. An adverb under a verb, which, again, usually that's going to be subject and verb, but it can also be object or predicate nominative. And finally, an adverb describing an adjective. Now, what's important here, the subject complement backward slanting line on top of the horizontal, that indicates that this is a predicate adjective, a type of subject complement. Most of the time, adjectives, though, are going to be below the line like adverbs. For a predicate adjective, it's going to be up on top of the line, and an adverb can be below it. That's not extremely common, but it is. It's not extremely unusual either. All right, let's look at the example sentences on the Sentence Analytics slideshow. The first one is, children often surprise you greatly. This is a subject, action verb, direct object sentence, breaking it down, children surprise you. The other two words, often and greatly, and you see they're colored like adverbs in sentence analytics. Others and often and greatly, both describe surprise. So often tells when they surprise you, greatly tells how they surprise you. Both go below the verb on adverb lines, which look just like adjective lines, but are a different color in sentence analytics. This is what it looks like. Children surprise, subject verb on the cross, direct object line you, and often and greatly describing the verb surprise. All right, second sentence. Why didn't he come home? Now this one has a couple of interesting elements. The first is the N''T on the end of did, which the N''T is actually a negative and therefore an adverb. The second interesting element is the fact that it's a question and has subject-verb inversion. So he, the actual subject, is in the middle of the sentence, and the verb did come is split around it. Did come. N''T is not part of the verb, it's an adverb. So he did come is the subject and verb. The third element, of course, is the why that starts the sentence, the question word why. I mentioned that occasionally an adverb answers the question why. Well, the actual word, the actual question word why is a good example. It tells why. I mean, it is the word why. So it's an adverb explaining why he did come. By the way, the other question words, when, where, how, that would be adverbs, also act as adverbs under the verb that they describe. So, subject is he, the verb is did come, and the other three words are adverbs describing the verb did come. Why tells why he came. N''T tells how he came, which is not. And home tells where he came. And this is what it looks like. He did come on the cross. No direct object. Why tells why. N''T tells how. Home tells where. All right. Let's look at one more, but this time let's use the Sentence Analytic website. So we'll use that last sentence. Your suggestion is very good. Now this is a subject linking verb subject complement sentence. So start with the subject verb cross. The subject this time, though, is not a person, but a thing. It's not your. Your is an adjective, actually. Suggestion is the subject. And if you look, the verb is, most common verb there is. They're good example. What is suggestion is? So suggestion is the subject, is the verb. That is a linking verb. So it's going to get a complement, subject complement, backward slanting line above the horizontal. And good is what the suggestion is. It's a predicate adjective. Boom. Goes after the slanted subject complement line. Okay, your is an adjective answering the question, which suggestion? Remember, adjectives answer which, what kind of, how much, or many. So I get an adjective line, put it below the word it modifies, suggestion, and put your on that adjective line. Very describes good. It's an adverb. Look over here. Adverbs also look just like adjectives up here, and they also look like subject complement lines. They're slanted backwards. And also, although we're not going to deal with it in this lesson, they have the hook type adverb line that goes on or goes below other adverb lines. So, but we don't need that right now. Just use the adverb one, the slanting line, put it below good, and very describes to what extent it is good. All right, so that's the basics of adverbs. In the next lesson, we will explore other ways that adverbs are used, but this is a good start. Do your best.